Hello everyone, and my name's Pete, and welcome back to another Nerf fire demonstration for some sort of resellers. Not fire demonstration, sort of Nerf demonstration and advice how to test your Nerf. That's better, yeah. Nerf testing demonstration, ready for reselling, sort of on there through eBay or Amazon, depends how you want to do it. So today we are looking at the Nerf Maverick REV-6 or REV-6. This was first introduced in 2005. It's now a discontinued blaster, but you can see them all over the place. They are everywhere. There's so many of these probably made at one time, and everyone bought them because they were so cheap and sort of on there. I like selling these, not as a single, as an individual sort of weapon. They don't really sell too much on their own, but these have a hidden sort of like nice little gem. You can actually dual wield these. Yeah, so I always sell them in pairs. Main reason is because of the dual wielding capability of these weapons, which I'll demonstrate to you very shortly how to dual wield these weapons, or blasters. They fire 6 darts, I do believe. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yes, nearly forgot now. They fire 6 darts, and they are capable of firing 2 darts a second, depending on how quick you can actually cock the thing and actually fire it. Sort of on there. In the UK, they were issued with a type of dart called a whistling dart. Everywhere else in the world just had the standard normal micro darts, or darts which we know to shoot now. So so that is that. A few little things to test it is a rear plunger cocking mechanism. So if you're at the boot sales and that, and they don't have any darts inside it, there are a couple of tests you can do. The first one, I'll just stand back a little bit really, is just to cock it, just to make sure it does actually cock and lock in, and squeeze the trigger. When you're squeezing the trigger, what you're looking for, yeah, if you see on there, is actually the barrel is rotating and loading up the next blaster or next dart. The other things need to test, what usually breaks quite a lot, is the magazine release or the barrel release sort of catch. All this on here is a little button on the side here, and you push it forwards. Yeah, so I'll do that again, push it on there, and you slide it forwards. It allows you to spin the drum all the way around to load up your 6 darts. A lot of time, I know this one sometimes is like it. You push the button, there we go, and it doesn't sort of come out. Yeah, so what you need to do there is just twist it a little bit, yeah, and give it a little wiggle. But this one's not coming out now at all, yeah, and it will come out. It will come out. But if it doesn't do that, say when I list this, I'll say sometimes drumsticks, but you can reload because you can still load it from this position. There, I'll just come out now. Yeah, so sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't, so I'll just make sure I list these like that. That is a little bit sticky sometimes reloading, but you can load it by holding the button down onto there itself. So that is that over there. Okay, so that's that. So let's get into a few little things. I said at the start, these are actually also capable of dual wielding. That is why I sell them in pairs. So there are 3 methods in dual wielding these. So if you don't know what dual wielding means, it means being able to hold 2 of the same weapon. A bit like when you do COD and Call of Duty, that sort of thing, you have a dual wield capability. So I've got 2 of the Maverick REV-6s, and I fire one, I fire the other, and I need to cock them or reload. There's a couple of methods. You can hold them back, yeah, and cock it like that, but it does require fingers and quite strong sort of on there, and it allows me to fire them both. Another method is using the black sort of lines. You can push them together. It takes a bit of practice. Oh, I've got hold of that silly strap. Yeah, put them both on, push them both back, fire. Push them both back, fire. Yeah, with a little bit of practice, they're actually quite good. You can go over there. The last method is what people seem to do. I've just got a little bit of ribbon sort of on here. You can have a bigger bit or a smaller bit, and what you do, you tuck the 2 ribbons through the both ends. So I'll do that now. Okay, so I've done that now. For demonstration purposes a little bit, you can either have it attached to slings on your arms, or the best way is actually recommended is on here. So I'm firing away. I fired one, I fired two. Yeah, fire, 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 fire. Yep, you can't, doing this sort of thing over here, you restrict yourself, so depends on how long you want to make it. Some people do it round their backs, like this, go ching, ching, and stretch their arms out and fire, sort of on there, but it does allow you to test and fire the weapons. So, all I do, let's say, all my blasters, I always test them with some non-genuine or third-party elite darts, mainly from China, or I get them from there for £2 something, yeah, for 100. But I also do shoot other darts through them as well, because I am conscious that a lot of our people who buy stuff off us use the original and official thing, so I also test them with official darts, they're elite ones, and some of the older sort of darts as well, because sometimes they fire really well with these and they fire really naff with these. So if they do, I do list that I recommend you fire with the darts I provide are a lot better than older ones you have at home. So the more information you put on it, the better you're actually going to get sort of onto your client. So I'm now going to load both of these two up, and then we're going to go down our range and see the things you get. So the new elite versions, the blue versions, and the new up-to-date ones, they say fire 90 feet. These are new out of the box. These ones around about 60 feet out of the box, 60, 70 feet out of the box. When they say that distance out of the box, it's not shooting straight like we would shoot straight. It's actually up in the air to allow you to go up and sort of down. That's the maximum sort of range, but who does that? Yeah, just me in the army, I don't tend to do an indirect fire. It doesn't work, it's not very accurate. So I'm now going to load these up, and then we'll get back onto actual range. I'll pick the sticky one up first. So okay, they're now loaded up. I've got a mixture. I've got 3 of my darts, the new ones inside there, 2 of the old orange ones, and 1 elite inside it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shoot one first and see where they go, shoot the other one and see where that goes, sort of on there. I'm still rigged up to dual wielding, so let's just do it on that. Okay, so I don't know if you saw me then, but that wasn't a too good a test. Before you realise, one of them went about 2 feet, and the dart, which fired 2 feet, was actually a genuine Nerf dart. So as I said, sometimes they fire really well with genuine darts, and they don't with other ones. The next one, that one of my ones. One of the Nerf ones. Yeah, so you can see there that the official Nerf darts actually fired less than actually the third party ones sort of on there. So this is why I do sell them with sometimes with the newer ones, because in time these darts, they're like BBs and bullets. In time the darts lose their shape and lose aerodynamics, yeah, so they don't fire too well. So selling new darts with the blasters all the time always means the kids who are getting the blasters are going to get a good shots for the first few times, so you're not less likely to getting stuff coming back to you. So let's see how far these things fired. So we've got these ones on here. I'm just going to count these because then we've got the first original dart. Yeah, so you're looking about 20 feet for that one. But then we start getting some clusters sort of coming on them. Yeah, so this is the lowest one of mine, so we're at 1 foot, yeah, sort of on here, so you can see there's 1 foot. And so there's 22 feet, so 23 feet. Then we've got a further 3 feet was a main sort of little cluster, so that's 25 feet. Yeah, sort of on there. And then we've got a few which are up here, which are at the 10 feet, sort of the 10, 11 feet mark from my post. So that's 22, 32, 33, 34. So about 34 foot is the top end of that test of those two blasters. Yeah, so with that one, I will say they're firing around 32 feet. Just because I've tested it and I had a good majority. I had 4 shots at that distance and 4 shots at the and 5 shots at less distance, and the remainder was just rubbish ones falling out because they were actually the used darts. They're sort of on there itself. So that is the 2 Mavericks. So I'll just put them back onto my stand now. Okay, so that is the 2 Mavericks which we've got on here. I sell these for $15.99 for the pair. Yeah, so I sold ones a few weeks ago. You see a listing just up there. I buy them in between £1 and £3 each. Yeah, so that is what I'm aiming to buy for them. Anything more than £3, you're not going to get much money out of them, because that's £6 investment plus another £3 on top of that, so that's £9. Then you've got your eBay fees and that sort of stuff, so that probably takes you to £10.40, meaning you're only going to get a £5–6 sort of profit of selling 2 of these. But they are fairly quick sellers. Sometimes you can push it a little bit more, but there's so many out there and there's so many people selling them dirt cheap. You can pick them. Some people sell these at £6.99 for one. Yeah, so I sell them as pairs, and I put them in listings as Dual Wield Nerf Maverick REV-6s, blasters, sort of things like that, just to try to spice it up a little bit. Also discontinued, so you can put them in there as well. But thanks again, thanks for watching. If you like this, put like down below, leave your comments, that sort of thing over there, and check out my next Nerf testing video coming out fairly soon. Thanks again, bye for now.